Hi, Tim Probert here, editor of Personal Care magazine, Suppliers Day in New York. And now I'm with Franklin Caputo, who's a senior researcher with Shell Chemicals. Hi Franklin, how are you doing?
Pleasure to see you.
What are you highlighting at your booth this year?
So we've been talking about our neodol alcohols and ethoxylates. So we've been making these materials for 40 plus years at our plant in Geismar, Louisiana. They're used very commonly to replace oleo alcohols in a variety of applications in the personal care industry and other industries. They're very similar to what the oleo performance is.
Okay.
However, rather than being perfectly linear, just to touch a little bit on the chemistry, they're like 80% linear with 20% light branching. And what that does is it improves their ability to be handled and mixed into whatever formulation you might be grabbing.
Right. That's easier to formulate.
Easier to formulate, absolutely. And we provide them, we can manufacture them at quite large scale, and we supply them globally. So they're available both North America, Latin America, the UK, which I believe is where you're based.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And all around the world.
So, any other new products you're launching or highlighting in this year's show in New York?
Yeah, so the big thing is that we've been selling these materials into a variety of applications for many years, and they've had limited application within personal care.
Yeah.
And we wanted to highlight to people that these things very easily move into the personal care space. And also, there's a lot of concern in Europe, in your base, with the
regulation.
EUDR is, coming in, and people are concerned about what they're going to be using to, make their formulations. And neodol alcohols are synthetic based, and they're available in quite, large quantities if people need to replace some of the, threatened oleochemicals.
Are they expensive to replace them?
Very comparable to the oleo-based materials, and depending on the volumes and everything, you can talk to my dear salespeople about it. But yeah.
And so, how does that tie into this sort of sustainability angle then?
That's a great question. So, as you can tell from all of our advertising, Shell's pretty heavily involved in the sustainability initiative.
Sure.
The neodols in particular can be manufactured from a variety of different feedstocks. So there's both bio-based, and so this is done through a biomass balancing thing, where the bio feedstock is fed to a cracker to produce the ethylene that is then used to make the synthetic alcohol, and then that can be attributed to your product.
Right.
So in addition to biomass balancing, there's a number of other methods to reduce the carbon footprint of the material. So Shell is involved in a number of carbon storage and sequestration initiatives, both in the US and Canada. And there are other methods to reach whatever carbon footprint target that our customers are interested in.
Okay, well that's very informative. Thank you very much indeed, Franklin. Nice to
It was a pleasure. Thank
Cheers.
you.